You are on the way toward your goals. And then suddenly, you feel stuck. You don't know if you're still moving forward. You even start to wonder if this is the right direction. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Weekly English Podcast, a peaceful space to slow down and practice English. I'm Mia. Today, we're going to talk about a feeling many people have experienced, or may be experiencing right now, the feeling of being stuck. You are not at the beginning anymore, but you are also not where you want to be yet. Maybe you are trying to improve yourself. Maybe you are learning English. Maybe you are working toward a better future. But still, you ask yourself, am I really moving forward? Usually, feeling stuck in the middle means this. You have already put in a lot of effort, but you are still not seeing the results you hoped for. And that middle stage can feel very heavy. You work hard every day, but the results are still invisible. I think many of you, as English learners, may also feel this way. At the beginning, everything feels exciting. When you first start, every small improvement feels amazing. You understand new words, you can have simple conversations, you feel proud of yourself. But later, something changes. Your focus moves from, wow, I've improved so much, to, I still have so far to go. And suddenly, your progress starts to feel small, even though you are actually improving. That is when motivation starts to fade. Another reason people feel stuck is because the middle part of any journey requires consistency without quick rewards. The beginning has excitement, but the middle requires patience. And patience is hard when you cannot clearly see your progress. Sometimes you start thinking, what if all this effort leads nowhere? That thought can make everything feel heavier, especially when you compare yourself to other people. Why do others speak English so fluently? Why do others seem more successful or confident? You start to doubt yourself. But here's something important. Life is not a competition. Everyone grows at a different speed. Just like some plants grow very quickly, while others grow slowly. So try not to measure your progress using someone else's timeline. Just keep your own pace. There is also a common misunderstanding about motivation. People often think, I need motivation before I start something. But very often, the opposite is true. Starting creates motivation. For example, maybe you do not feel like studying English today, but after listening to one podcast or learning a few new words, you slowly begin to feel better. Action creates movement, and movement creates momentum. That is why small actions are important. So what should we actually do when we feel stuck? Here are 4 helpful things you can try. First, try to reconnect with your reason. When people feel stuck, they often focus only on effort. How much more do I need to do? How long will this take? Why am I still not there yet? And slowly, the work starts to feel heavy and empty. That is because we forget why we started in the first place. The original meaning becomes blurry. The journey turns into more pressure, more comparison, more waiting for results. When we become too focused on progress, sometimes we need to pause and reconnect with the reason we began. Maybe you wanted more opportunities in life. Maybe you wanted to feel more confident. Or maybe you wanted to connect with more people and understand the world better through English. It is important to stop sometimes and ask yourself, why did I start this journey? Because when your reason becomes clear again, the hard work starts to feel meaningful again too. Second, focus on small wins. Sometimes the goal feels very far away. Fluent English, a better life, a new future. The goal feels bright and beautiful. But without each small step, you will never get there. So instead of focusing only on the final result, Focus on smaller steps and celebrate small milestones along the way. Maybe today's small win is studying for 20 minutes, even when you do not feel motivated. Speaking confidently, even though you feel nervous, or trying again after failing. Small wins rebuild momentum. Third, do not keep everything inside yourself. When we feel stuck, many of us try to handle everything alone. We keep thinking silently. We keep worrying silently. And slowly, everything starts to feel heavier and heavier. But sharing your feelings can be very powerful. You can talk to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even write your thoughts down in a diary. You can also share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe someone else is feeling the same way right now. This channel is not only a place to practice English, it is also a space where English learners can share experiences, support each other, and grow together. Sharing is powerful, and hearing another person say, "I understand how you feel," can mean more than we expect. Sometimes, sharing helps us understand our own thoughts more clearly, and sometimes it helps us see the situation differently. Maybe the problem is not as hopeless as it seems. Maybe you are actually more tired than lost. Maybe you simply need support, rest, or encouragement. I know you are trying your best to handle things by yourself, but you do not have to carry everything alone. And finally, try to reduce the pressure to do everything perfectly. The middle stage is often where perfectionism becomes dangerous. You start thinking, if I cannot do it perfectly, maybe I should stop. But imperfect progress is still progress. Consistency matters more than intensity. Quiet effort matters more than you think. Feeling stuck in the middle does not mean you are failing. You are simply in the hardest part of the journey. In fact, many meaningful things grow so slowly that they feel invisible while they are happening. Roots grow before we can see the plant above the ground. Confidence grows quietly. Skills grow quietly. And direction in life becomes clearer, quietly. People who achieve their goals are not always the ones who can already see the finish line clearly. They are the ones who keep believing, even before the results appear. Before we finish, I want to say this. Try to enjoy the journey, like reading a book. We do not read a book only for the ending. The beautiful part is also the process. Discovering new chapters, growing through difficult moments, and slowly understanding where the story is leading us. Life is the same. Thank you so much for listening today. If this episode reminded you of a feeling you have been carrying quietly for a long time, you are welcome to share it in the comments. Maybe it is a feeling, a small experience, or a realization you recently had about yourself. And maybe your story will reach someone else who has been feeling the same way. Sometimes, when experiences are shared, they stop feeling like something we have to carry alone. And I hope this episode reminded you that even when progress feels invisible, you are still growing. See you next time.